Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new topic in the topic of pillars of Islam, that is called Zakat. Zakat is also called almsgiving. So we have made some questions for you people in the topic so that to understand this topic is much easier for you people now. And the first question for today is, give brief description of the ways in which almsgiving is carried out. So actually, we have to describe the ways. So if this question comes in the paper, to get A grade, you people will be required descriptive details of the observance of the almsgiving should be given, mentioning the most important aspects of the observance and the details of the exact rate of the zakat. So concentrate yourself. We are going to start now. Zakat is the third pillar of Islam and was made compulsory in the second year of Hijrah. So this is the thing which first should be mentioned in your answer. The word zakat is derived from zakah, which means to purify. So this is the meaning or definition of the zakat. Zakat is mentioned 32 times in the Quran. So this is the next important thing which need to be mentioned. So it is mentioned 32 times in Quran. It refers to a tax that is basically levied on the savings or surplus wealth to ensure that wealth is fairly distributed in this society. So this is the next point. It is a tax that is basically levied on the savings or surplus wealth to ensure that wealth is fairly distributed in the society. Those required to pay zakat are known as sahib-e-nisab. So these are the persons who are actually supposed to pay zakat. The name for those persons is called sahib-e-nisab. Zakat is compulsory on the people who are. So these are the persons on which zakat is compulsory. Number one, Muslims. So zakat cannot be taken from the non-Muslims. So this is the first thing. Next, adulthood and sanity. And the next one is own property to the extent of nisab that has been in their ownership and possession for 1 year uninterruptedly. Every individual must take stock of his or her financial status once a year, and he or she is in possession of the nisab wealth, which is equal to more than the following. Pay the zakat at the rate of. So, if these things are there with any person, that should be a Muslim, adulthood, sanity should be there, and property which is actually up to the nisab, and at this rate zakat will be applicable. So number one, on every 7.5 tolas, that is 87.3 grams of the gold or equivalent in cash, 2.5% zakat will be applicable. On every 52.5 tolas of the silver, that is equivalent to 611.1 grams, 2.5% of the thing will be applied as a zakat. Articles that are stocked for sale, 2.5%. Savings from the rental income, 2.5%. Sheep and goats, 1 per 40 for the first 121. So 1 per 40 for the first 121. And after that, from 121 to 200, 2 goats, sheeps. Over that, 1 for every 100. So this is actually rate of the zakat. Bulls, cows, buffaloes on 30 to 40, 1 year old calf. On every other set of the 40, a 2 year old calf. Camels, 1 goat or sheep for 5 camels. 3 goats or sheep for 10 to 14 camels. 1 female camel for 25 to 35 camels. Zakat on income of the mines is called khums, which is 20%. Zakat on agriculture, ushur, must be paid in the following manners. Land irrigated by rivers, canals, and wells, 1/20th of the total produce. And land irrigated by rain, 1/10th of the total produce. So this is actually the rate of the zakat which is applicable on Muslims. This short question also comes, this proportion, this small proportion from the question may also come in the paper of 2 to 3 marks. Usually, Muslims pay zakat by the start of the Ramadan to enable the poor to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr. The amount thus derived may be paid in one instance or may be paid over the next financial year in parts. The people who may receive zakat are known as mustahqeen. The Holy Prophet, the Holy Quran clearly enlisted 8 categories of those entitled to receive zakat in Surah Tawbah. So these are the persons on which to whom zakat is paid. Alms are for the poor and the needy, and those employed to administer the funds, for those whose hearts have been recently reconciled to truth, for those in bondage and in debt in the cause of Allah, and for the wayfarer. The poor, those incapable of earning for themselves, so these are the persons to whom zakat can be paid, must be paid. Number one, the poor who are those incapable of earning for themselves, the needy, those who are breadwinners but are unable to fulfill all needs, the collectors, employees of the zakat department, recent converts, whenever one forsakes one's religion, he is disowned by the previous community and has to start a new life and may require financial help from Muslim brothers and sisters. So newly convert to whom the previous people become against to the person. Freeing of the slaves that are unable to pay the amount due to their masters, helping those in debt. A financially stable person may run into debt, the amount of which is beyond his ability to pay back. In Allah's way, for the preaching of Islam and jihad, for the destitute travelers, one who might be well off in his native land, but during the course of the traveling incurs heavy losses due to theft or other reasons, may be helped out of the zakat fund. So these are the persons who actually capable, who actually want your zakat, to whom zakat can be paid. To whom zakat should not be given: members of the family, offspring of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, but should support them financially, to healthy and rich people, and to non-Muslims unless the purpose is reconciling them to Islam. So this was the lecture, brief description of the ways in which almsgiving is carried out. So this is one of the important question in this lecture, in this topic. Read this lecture again, learn it, make your notes. Thank you so much.